latest episode of Chat with the Chief. It is the 13th of April. So first, would like to thank all of the organizations that came out for the wonderful Easter event that we had on Friday of last week. There were a lot of wonderful children coming out to enjoy the festivities, a lot of candy, a lot of crafts and fun things to do, and the Easter Bunny. Also a special thank you to Walmart, who helped to donate candy for the event for our police department to hand out. And that was a wonderful, warm event to embrace our community and have a great day out with the public. April is Autism Awareness Month. And as you see officers out on patrol, you will notice that they are wearing a new colorful badge that we wear in April to remind people about autism and make people aware of those that may act and react differently in our community. And for further information of that, you're welcome to jump on our webpage or just do a search of autism. We also want to remind people that our special needs registry for Atlantic County, for those individuals that are autistic or that may have other types of differences, they can pre-register those on there to help the interaction with law enforcement, EMS, and fire in case of emergency, so that we have an awareness of how to best serve that individual. This week is National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. It is held annually as the second week of April. It is a time to honor public safety telecommunicators and the wonderful commitment that they have to serving their communities. We are very grateful for the public safety telecommunicators that we have here in our police department for the town of Hammonton. They do a wonderful job and have kept everything glued together. Even when we were shorthanded, they were stepping up to make sure that our community is properly served for safety. So again, this is a time to celebrate and thank telecommunicator personnel all over the United States who serve their communities, citizens, and their public safety personnel. Because they are our lifeline as police officers, and certainly as of the public. They are the first voice that they come in contact with during an emergency. And again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to our public safety telecommunicators. April, we are also running the You Text, You Drive, You Pay program that is from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So during this month, from the 1st to the 30th, there is an enforcement campaign that is going on with officers assigned specifically for distracted driving. They will be out there riding the roadways looking for people who may be inattentively driving through texting or doing other things in the vehicle other than paying attention to the roadway. The incentive is going to be funded by the National Highway Traffic Safety, and it is at no cost to our community, so it's a great way for some extra road safety to keep our community roadways safe for the motoring public. Speaking about safety, we also have 4 officers who are child safety seat technicians. They have been trained to be able to properly install, inspect, and make sure that the child safety seats being used in vehicles are safe. So if you have the need for a child safety seat in your vehicle and you want to make sure that it is not expired, that it is a current seat, that it makes the safety standards, and that it is properly installed, please call our police department, 609-561-4000, to make sure that one of the technicians is on duty, and you can just stop on in. The officer will come out, look at your vehicle, look at the safety seat, and make sure that everything is the way that it should be. It's another way that we want to help make our community as safe as possible. Stockton University is celebrating their 10th anniversary here in Hammonton. Kramer Hall, it's been here, how can you believe 10 years has gone by this fast? On the 20th, they will be having a 10-year celebration. So congratulations to Stockton and Kramer Hall. Also on April 20th, it will be our third Thursday. The third Thursday is going to be Show Your Creative Side. It is going to be from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. in downtown Hammonton Art District. It's going to be an evening of self-expression, showcasing interactive art experiences, shopping, dining, and more. For more on that, visit www.downtownhammonton.com. And I'll wrap up this chat with the Chief just reminding about we have our annual Shawnee Shoe Hands 5K Hero Run or Walk. That is going to be on the 30th, which is a Sunday, April 30th. It is going to be located, the start at the Hammonton Lake Park, 100 Sports Drive. And it is going to be a 9:30 registration and a 10:30 start for the 5K. If you are interested in registering, you can go online to www.tntmanagement.com to register for the 5K or Fun Walk. And again, all of the proceeds that we make from this goes to Camp Sun and Fun, which is a wonderful camp that caters to helping people with autism. They have a great program there, and there are quite a few individuals from our community that wind up going there and enjoying themselves at Camp Sun and Fun. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch up with you soon. See you next week. Take care.
What I love about Hammonton the most is the people that live here.
The people are fantastic.
La calidad de las personas.
The way the community gets together.
It seemed like a sense of community.
Yeah, strong sense of community.
I love how sincere everyone in Hammonton is.
We're also rooted in tradition here.
The traditions among the town.
The arts.
Activities and sports.
The bar and restaurant scene.
Events.
Friends and families.
The small town feel of Hammonton.
I would love to see Hammonton have more biking trails.
I feel like we need to expand more on the arts.
There could be more inclusivity with everybody.
I'd like to see the diversity continue.
More outdoor dining.
More playground equipment that's updated.
Accessible playgrounds and open spaces.
Downtown, they should have more stores and stuff, for people to go in.
More police officers on duty at night.
Even more artists.
I would like to see a movie theater here.
Más eventos comerciales.
More people here need to get more involved.
I think it's important to get involved.
It would be nice to see more people involved because it really is a wonderful town.
Hammonton Heart and Soul is Grassroots, an apolitical project that aims to connect people with what they love about where they live. A small group of Hammonton volunteers have worked collectively to help get this project going. We've been around town chatting with residents and having candid conversations, asking what their hopes and dreams are for the future of Hammonton. We want to collect more stories. We want your story. And we are intentionally seeking out the voices of those who are rarely heard. We seek to first determine what matters to the people of Hammonton and then use this information to steer change rather than simply respond to it. Through Heart and Soul, we hope to be able to identify the qualities that Hammonton residents really treasure. The people, the places, the experiences that make us who we are. We are just beginning our work, and we want to hear from many more of you. Once we collect and review the information, we will use this data as a launching pad for local businesses, community leaders, and organizations to steer the course of our collective future. We aim to grow in a manner that Hammonton residents will embrace and trust. We ask you to consider participating in Heart and Soul and share your insights with us. Help us to build a home we love. Together, we can help create change to make Hammonton better for all of us.
Hammonton Heart and Soul es un proyecto sin fines políticos que tiene como objetivo conectar a las personas con lo que aman sobre donde viven. un pequeño grupo de voluntarios de Hammonton que han trabajado colectivamente para ayudar a poner en marcha este proyecto. Actualmente estamos realizando entrevistas para poder involucrar a los residentes en conversaciones sobre sus esperanzas para el futuro de nuestra ciudad. Esperamos involucrar a todos en nuestra comunidad y estamos buscando intencionalmente las voces de aquellos que rara vez se escuchan. Buscamos primero determinar lo que le importa a la gente de Hammonton y luego usar esta información para dirigir el cambio en lugar de simplemente responder a él. A través de Heart and Soul, esperamos poder identificar las cualidades que los residentes de Hammonton realmente valoran, la gente, los lugares, las experiencias que nos hacen ser quienes somos. Que realizamos más entrevistas y escuchamos a muchos más residentes de Hammonton. Una vez que recopilemos y revisemos la información, utilizaremos estos datos como plataforma de lanzamiento para que las empresas locales, los líderes comunitarios y las organizaciones dirijan el curso de nuestro futuro colectivo. Nuestro objetivo es crecer de una manera que los residentes de Hammonton acepten y confíen. Le pedimos que considere participar en Heart and Soul y comparta sus ideas con nosotros. Ayúdanos a construir una comunidad que amemos.
Welcome to Kramer Hall. With a variety of course offerings, public programs, and continuing education opportunities, Kramer Hall is the ideal location for you to continue your academic journey. My name is Christina Birchler, and I have the pleasure of serving as the director of Stockton University's campus here in Hammonton.
And my name is Nick Zabrowski, and I'm in charge of student and community programming.
My experience at Kramer Hall has been excellent. So as the director of the Master's Program in Counseling here at Stockton, all of our classes are held exclusively here at Kramer Hall. The staff are super attentive, and we often say this is our own little family and this is our home.
Even though it's just one building, I wasn't really sure what I was going to expect, but the staff is always so nice. I say hi to literally every single person I see. I always feel so welcomed and warm when I'm here. It's just a really good environment to learn in.
I would say definitely how close-knit the town is. There's a lot of little shops, bakeries, and everything that it's like a little town to explore, which I think is really cute.
So my experience at Kramer Hall, it's been amazing. I absolutely love this area. I don't have to fight over parking, which is amazing. And you know, it's more compact. There's not a lot of people, so it feels more homey and more cohesive.
I think just the environment in general. I love the art. I love everything that's kind of comforting about it. And like I said, it's really nice to come somewhere that you just feel safe. You feel safe leaving, you feel safe coming. It's just a really nice environment.
It's like an intimate setting. I can find my professors when I want to. There's this awesome guy named Nick. He's just always there. He's on the ball, easily accessible.
It's been wonderful. For example, everyone's been supportive of me. When I was trying to get into a practicum, all the teachers reached out to me, and I just thought that was a wonderful thing. I didn't even have to reach out to them. They all reached out to me. It just blew my mind.
I like the small city feel, so everyone feels like they know each other. You know, the local shops are all so wonderful and so friendly, and it's just such a nice experience exploring the town and really showing what, you know, Hammonton has to offer.
We're here for you.
Take a class.
Visit our art galleries.
Use the computer lab.
Study in some of our quiet spaces.
Meet with your clubs and organizations.
Or attend a free workshop.
There's always room for you at Kramer Hall.
All right. Good evening, Hammonton. It's our April 24th meeting. It's approximately a couple minutes late here, 7:02. Roll call, please. Frank Zuber.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Here.
Gribben?
Here.
Oliva?
Here.
R. Rodeo?
Here.
S. Rodeo?
Here.
Willerman is absent due to personal reasons. Mayor DiDonato?
Here.
Present also Mike Malinsky, Town Solicitor. Robert Batiste, Public Works Manager. Mark Herman of ARH, Town Engineer. Notice this meeting has been posted and given to official newspapers. Please familiarize yourself with the fire exits to the right and rear of council chambers. Please do not proceed beyond the front benches without invitation to the mayor to do so. Also, each person who wishes to address council will be allotted 5 minutes.
All rise for the pledge, please. After the pledge, please remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to have a moment of silence for Ed's wife, Ed Willerman's wife, Renee, passed on Saturday. She was a wonderful woman. She was a tremendous mother, wife. Ed and Renee met in Florence, Italy when they were separately vacationing. She was a high school senior, and I believe he was on a college trip. He was out of, and he saw her across the bridge, and he fell in love with her, and he had to find out who that girl was. So, wonderful woman, Renee Willerman. Please, a moment of silence. Thank you. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. All right. Can we get a motion for approval of the regular and executive minutes of March 27th, 2023, please?
So moved.
Gribben first.
Second.
Second, Oliva. Discussion on the minutes. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We're going to dispense with the regular order of business. I believe the first thing we have is a every month or every couple months we have a different presentation from a department. Today it's our tax assessor, Mary Jo. If you'd like to come and give us a little presentation or little, you're first. Little report on your department. Come on up to the mic, please. This is Mary Jo Wyatt, the tax assessor, and she's going to discuss her department.
What am I discussing? Okay. I'm the tax assessor, Town of Hammonton. Good evening to the mayor, council, and town attorney, engineer, and audience. What I do, I assess all properties in the town of Hammonton, real properties, no matter whether they're vacant land, residence, farmland, commercial, industrial, apartments. I assess them all. Matter of fact, the other day I was at the new assisted living place, and they have 166 single beds, 8 double bed rooms, and I think it's like $6,000 a month to be there for single rooms, if you can afford it. I can't. Not on my salary.
Well, wait a minute. So with that, how many years have you been with us, Mary Jo?
Over 50 years.
Over 50 years.
Yes, over 50
Deputy
years.
Mayor Gribben, what do you have for this young lady?
Oh, no, that wasn't. See, I thought so. Do you really want to know about what I do?
No, we know what you do.
The tax assessor's office, wow, it is very exciting.
It is very exciting. Ah, jeez.
See, we don't give you a lot of pay, so we give you flowers and a proclamation.
Oh, my God. I don't think the property owners will like this.
Well, we want to recognize Mary Joan. Mary Joan is the longest serving town employee in the history of the town of Hammonton.
Oh, geez.
And she just finished her just started her 50th year of service, April 1st of this year. It began in April 1st of 1973.
Oh, not really. See, somebody's telling you.
Full-time service.
Oh, full-time service? Yeah, I guess.
So we have this proclamation on behalf of Mayor and Council that I'd like to read. Whereas Mary Joan Wyatt began her distinguished career full-time with the town of Hammonton on April 1st, 1973, and whereas Mary Joan has expertly served the residents of Hammonton as tax assessor for over 50 years. Whereas Mary Joan has always been known as a detailed-oriented team player whose extraordinary commitment to maintaining accurate property assessments has positively impacted our community. And whereas as tax assessor for the town, Mary Joan has worked closely with all departments, specifically the tax collector, construction, and zoning officials, to ensure the accuracy of property records. And whereas Mary Joan's tenure with the town of Hammonton is unmatched by any other employee in the town's history, and her service to the residents of Hammonton is praiseworthy. And whereas Mary Joan's record-setting tenure will continue to build as she has no plans to retire from her position anytime soon. Whereas Mayor Steve DiDonato and Town Council commend Mary Joan Wyatt for the manner in which she has performed her duties, with special thanks for her professionalism, dedication to service, and kindness to the residents of the town of Hammonton.
I don't know if I'm kind.
She'll be here all week. She's full of it tonight. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Mayor and Council of the Town of Hammonton, County of Atlantic, and State of New Jersey do hereby recognize Mary Joan Wyatt on this 24th day of April, 2023.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, you really would like to know what I do? I was just to get I had 5 appeals this year. I don't think they think their assessments are accurate.
Congratulations, Mary Jo. Thank you.
Thank you for everything. Really, I'm overwhelmed. I knew there was a catch to this. Do you need any more information?
We're good.
No, we're good.
You're
Thank you, Mary
excused.
Joan.
Thanks, Mary Joan.
Hey. Chief, I believe you have a presentation?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council persons, and community of Hammonton. I would like to tonight recognize someone who just retired from our department as of the 31st of March. He was hired back in 1996, and throughout his career, from stepping in the door as a new patrolman, had excelled at traffic investigation. DWI patrol, was recognized several times over with the MAD Award for high amount of DWI arrests in our community. He was a drug recognition expert for the town of Hammonton when our pilot program started out. He had overseen traffic investigation for fatal accidents in our community. He was a member of our emergency response team when we had our local emergency response team, and an all-around knowledgeable, good guy who was always there to give new people his, as he would call it, his tutelage. So he is a great gentleman. It is definitely a loss to our HPD family with the amount of knowledge that he has in Title 39 and traffic investigation. He was always a team member that no matter what he was doing at home, when he got a call to come in for an incident that we needed help, he was there. Even if it wasn't his week, he'd be there. So I would like to present this plaque to now retired Corporal James Pinto, badge number 970, in recognition of 27 years of dedicated service with the town of Hammonton, presented to you on behalf of all of the members of the police department. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
and we can't let him step out the door without a memory of one of his shirts. So, Corporal said he'll give us a few words of his pearls of wisdom and tutelage.
Pearls of wisdom and tutelage. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you, community and fellow officers. I would like to say thank you first to my family for being understanding for everything that we do. Secondly, I would like to thank the police department for all the wonderful men and young ladies that are serving our community at the time. And again, I would also like to thank Mayor and Council for giving me the opportunity for allowing to serve the community for 27 years. Also, we must not forget, thank you to our dispatchers, Helen Bell, Jimmy Surinsky, Anthony Sorali, and I remember Linda Slim at the time. So in conclusion, thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to serve as a wonderful police officer for the town of Hammonton. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Jay, please enjoy your retirement with your family. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
All right. We have one more thing while we're on. I think the pastor has a request. Come on up to the mic, Pastor. Tell us, and then we're going to recess for a couple minutes after the pastor.
Good evening, Mayor and Town Council and representatives. Thank you for this opportunity. We've been here, I'm not a Hammontonian, but I identify with you guys for 32 years. I'm from Vineland, and so the Lord has blessed us to be here and work with you and the community. And so since back in '91 until 2003, we transferred over to the new building. And so the church has been growing, and we've been able to serve the community in many aspects, and through that, it's been growing. And so we are in need of more parking. And so we were looking at your blessing, and if it could be on record that if we could be allowed to use the lot that sits right on Pratt's Road and Old Egg Harbor Road for parking, especially on Sundays when we've, have outgrown the existing parking. And so we just wanted to know if we have your blessings.
So the request for council is to use the property we call the Skinner property for parking only on Sundays. Am I correct, Pastor?
Yes.
And I guess we have some environmental issues there, but cars have parked there in the past during the 16th of July and different things.
Mayor, I was just going to, Mayor, is that graded off or we in good shape there?
It's pretty flat, it's graded off, there's some dirt, some weeds, Scott mows it in the summer a couple times a year.
But it's serviceable for parking?
It was used the 16th of July, around the Carnival Week, they use it every year.
And where's entrance and egress?
There are a couple curb cuts there. There's a curb cut on, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a curb cut on both Egg Harbor Road, and since it's a corner lot, and Pratt, I'm sorry.
And the town's the whole owner of that
The
property?
town's the whole owner of the property, yes. But that's up to council.
The only thing is that the 16th, you'll be able to work that out, I guess, with the Mount Carmel Association and all. I mean, it does have to co-use it that 1 week.
Because I believe the 16th is a Sunday this year.
Is it? Okay.
I think so.
Our solicitor wants to weigh in, I think.
Other than that, I don't ever see anybody.
That lays all this out.
Okay.
And would they necessarily have to cross the property that the American Legion currently is on?
They can walk down a sidewalk.
Okay.
Right.
There is sidewalk there, sidewalk and curb.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See, nobody parks there through the year that I see.
So if council's all right with it, Michael will work out a 1 or 2 page agreement.
I'll work out an agreement.
Work out an agreement with the church. Now, down the road, it'll be on a month-to-month basis, because eventually if it's cleaned up, there might be some other opportunities.
Right.
Okay.
I'll have an agreement for council's review and approval by the next meeting.
Okay? Sound good, Pastor?
Sounds great. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor. All right, anything else while we're on dispense with the regular order of business? While everybody's here, there's one opportunity for the public to be heard. If the public like to be heard, anybody before we recess on any action items only. Seeing no one, we'll shut the mics off and have a 5-minute recess. Thank you all. All right, we're going to resume the meeting. While we're on dispense, I'd like to get approval for public hearing for ordinance 004-2023, reappropriate APR funding. Can I get a motion from council? It's $165,000. This was money that was supplied to the town through COVID a couple years ago, and I guess we're doing a reappropriation into
The drip irrigation.
drip irrigation.
Motion, Mayor.
For Joni first.
Second.
Second, R Rodeo. We're now open to the public, if anybody would like to be heard on 004-2023. Seeing no one, I accept a motion to close the public portion, adopt, and publish.
Motion, Mayor.
For Joni.
Second.
S Rodeo.
Mr. Zuber, we have still like 700 or 800 left for infrastructure, right?
Correct.
When does that have to be used by?
I think next year.
Next year. Okay.
2024, yeah, by 2024.
Got it.
Additional discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson for Joni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R Rodeo?
Yes.
S Rodeo?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried. I'd like to open up to the public, and a motion to open up to public 005-2023, sale of town-owned property, Block 3, Lot 1602. This is,
149 Golden Eagle.
okay, thank you. I was looking for that, 149 Golden Eagle Drive.
So moved.
Gribben first.
Second.
Second, Oliva. Discussion. Excuse me, we're open to the public. Excuse me, not discussion. Public could be heard on 005-2023. Seeing no one from the public, and I accept the motion to close the public portion, adopt, and publish.
So moved.
Gribben first.
Second.
Second, Oliva. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Got that part. Sorry, Mayor. Councilperson Fagioni?
Here.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
And Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried. Public hearing on 0/06/2023 athletic lighting in 88 Lake Park. Can I get a motion to open up to the public, please?
Motion, Mayor.
Rodeo first, S. Rodeo first.
Second.
Gribben second. We're now open to the public, if anybody would like to be heard. Seeing no one, I accept the motion to close the public portion, adopt and publish.
Motion, Mayor.
S. Rodeo first.
Second.
Gribben second. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried. Can I get a motion to open up for a public hearing 0/08/20? Did I miss one? Wait a minute.
No, you're good. Seven
good.
was,
Number 8.
7 was another time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I was going, we just did 6. Why are we on 8? Public hearing ordinance 0/08/2023, fixing police salaries for the police department. Can I get a motion to open up to the public, please?
I'll make the motion.
R. Rodeo.
Second, Mayor.
Oliva. Discussion, anybody from the public like to be heard? I'd accept a motion to close the public portion, adopt and publish.
So moved.
Gribben first.
Second, Mayor.
Second, Oliva. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
And Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried. We'll jump into committee reports. We'll start with Deputy Mayor Gribben at Admin Committee, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Administration Committee met recently on April 14th. It was a lengthy meeting. We discussed a number of topics, 2 of which are action items on tonight's agenda regarding our joint municipal court, but we will take those issues up under our solicitor's report. Outside of that, I have that would conclude my report. I want to wish all of the moms in Hammonton a happy Mother's Day coming up in the next couple weeks. And that will conclude my report. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Gribben. We're going to skip business and industry this month. We'll get a report from Mr. Woolerman next month. All right.
Mayor, that was the shortest I think he ever.
Yeah,
I don't ever remember one that short, Mayor. Sorry, I didn't mean to butt in on you there.
We'll jump over to Quality Life, Councilman Oliva.
Let's see what he does now.
I'm going to take his extra
I
time.
yield my time.
Thank you very much, Mayor. A couple items. In April, we held the first Quality of Life co-joined meeting. That was held last week. That was an initiative that we started where all 8 committees within Quality of Life will meet. We talked about doing it every other month. We're going to look at doing it quarterly. So we're going to do that quarterly. It is the chairs of each individual committees, and that's to help make sure that each of the committees under Quality of Life are essentially singing from the same song sheet. We're all marching to the same orders and making sure that we're moving forward as one Quality of Life team. It was a very productive meeting. We realized, I think, that there's some overlap from some committees that we didn't originally anticipate, which is great, and we had a really collaborative discussion. So as additional action items, come from that meeting that are of note for council, I'll be sure to bring them up. I also last week had the opportunity, thank you very much to the mayor, to speak at Stockton's 10-year anniversary. It was a really nice day. They had a great series of presentations. Had about 45 minutes of discussions from a number of speakers, everything from their president, Harvey Kesselman, all the way through to students and faculty. We're very appreciative of Stockton's presence in Hammonton and working to revitalize that property over there 10 years ago. So no doubt under the mayor's leadership and town advocate Jim Donio's leadership at the time, we're very appreciative for everything that they've put into it, but thank you very much to Stockton for their time here, and we look forward to many, many more. Another thing I just want to make sure that I touch on, we are in the spring season, and the spring season is typically part of the busiest time that we see for the Environmental Commission, where we see tree removal permits. Also, this is where work starts up for construction. People's homes have decks put in, additions, and things like that. I just want to make sure everyone knows that the permit process in town is very important. From the code office and environmental commission, we've had instances where we've had individuals who didn't apply for permits. The permit application process is not an opportunity for the town to extract $65 or $75 from somebody's pocket for a permit for it to be filed here. It's an opportunity for individuals who have a series of expertise to help make sure that what's going to be built and what's going to be on your property is structurally stable, meets appropriate fire codes, is going to ensure that when you go to step on that deck, or they're going to review the appropriate information to make sure that everything is designed, signed, and sealed by a professional engineer, make sure that when a storm comes, that nothing's going to collapse, right? It's an opportunity to make sure that the town provides one final check to ensure your safety. So I'd like to just make sure everyone, if you're going to have some work done, you're unsure if you need a permit, maybe you're just not sure, I've never done this work before, please give Town Hall a call. AJ Bernardo has been a spectacular force in the construction office. He is happy to take your call and let you know if there are any permits that are necessary to help make sure we're doing everything we can to keep our residents safe. And the last thing that I have, this is something that is near and dear to me. Sunday was the completion of Work Zone Safety Awareness Week. As we start up in the spring, you're going to see more road work, whether it be from town's activities or it be from utility companies or what have you. There's going to be a lot of work out there. It's always the start and the influx of a busy season. When you're working in a work zone or you're driving through a work zone, please be sure to extend additional caution. Put the phone down. Shouldn't be texting on the phone anyway. Be cognizant of changing road conditions. There may be, be prepared to stop. There may be people that have to traverse across a work zone back and forth. The road may be slippery. If there's work being done, there may not be lines that are painted. There may be temporary lines. Please use additional caution. It's something that, as myself as a member of South Jersey Gas Company, we work very hard to make sure that we instill in our teams. And I just want to ensure that that's something that our community continues to embody so that we all continue to stay safe. So that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor and Deputy Mayor Griffin, for your extra time.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Councilman Oliva. We'll go over to Education and Councilwoman Rodeo.
Thank you, Mayor. There's two items. The school board met on April the 13th. There was two items that I wanted to talk about or mention. The first one was that the Hammonton School Board did approve the increased costs associated with the tennis courts renovation project that was brought up at our last council meeting. So the school board agreed to meet us halfway with the additional costs. And the other item that I thought was interesting was they approved Reese Investigations, LLC, to perform residency investigation services to remove any non-resident students from the schools. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rodeo. We'll jump over to Public Works and Transportation, Councilman Rodeo.
All right,
Sam
Mayor,
Rodeo.
we'll have a short report here also. We have no action items. The only thing I'd like to report on is that as Bobby comes across with his different items, I may say something along those terms there. But I just wanted, the Highway Department has come through the town. We really cleaned that up really well, Bellevue Avenue and all. Got rid of a lot of the weeds and everything. And a lot of the parks now are all getting done. Our landscaper is getting back on track. And of course, we'll continue through the summer trying to keep the town looking as well as we could, and especially the Main Street of town. Other than that, Mayor, I don't have much else, and just everybody have a great summer as we go along.
All right, thank you, Councilman Rodeo. We'll jump over to Water and Sewer, Councilman Fagioni.
Thank you, Mayor. I have several small action items I'll start with. First is Stockton contacted the utility department. They're looking to provide an intern. This will be the first time since before COVID that we had an intern. What Stockton's proposing is an intern for 160 hours when school's done through the summer at a rate of $18 per hour. The intern does all the lake water testing. There's some other things that I'll expand on in a second that the intern will be doing as well. So 160 hours, $18 an hour, intern for the utility department from Stockton.
Could we get motion for council as read, please?
Motion, Mayor.
Second, Mayor.
For Joni, Oliva, discussion. Let's have a roll call since it's money.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried.
Thank you. Secondly, some of the roofs on some of the existing wells are getting, it's time they need some work. And what we'd like to do, actually the school is a member of this already, is have the town join the Camden County Co-op program. It's free to the town, it doesn't cost anyone any money, but it allows us access to contractors to provide bids at prefix prices, negotiated prices. So we could see if the prices are better for roofing that way or go out to a full bid.
Okay.
So I'll put it in the form of a motion for the town to join the Camden County Co-op purchasing program.
All right. Could I get a motion for as read, please?
Motion.
For Joni first.
Second.
Second, Rodeo, S. Rodeo. Discussion. Is there any cost for the?
No
the
cost,
joint?
no cost.
All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Next item, Mayor, thank you, is Department of Health contacted Mr. DeChico at the sewer department. He had a meeting with them. They're looking to establish a municipality in South Jersey where they could do some testing on our sewer plant. It's at no cost to our users. It's no cost to the taxpayers. What they're looking for is, since COVID, they're looking to do testing for COVID, for the flu, for different types of sicknesses. Again, it's no cost. They'll provide all the testing kits. They come down and check them. We can get out of the agreement anytime we want, but he thought it'd be something worthwhile to join. So I'll put that in the form of a motion to allow the NJ Department of Health wastewater surveillance program.
For Joni first, do we have a second?
Second.
S. Rodeo, second. Discussion? All in favor?
Do they share their findings with the
Yes,
municipality?
they do.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
On a regular basis? 'Cause I imagine.
I don't know if it's quarterly,
regularly.
or annually, or biannually,
Okay.
but yes,
But
they
we'll
share.
be
We
privy to
will,
that.
yes, yeah. That's
Great.
part of the whole reason why. So we have findings, we have some extra data. That doesn't cost us any money.
Yep.
Additional discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Mayor, on all three of those, I forgot to mention, these are all subject to Mr. Malinsky's review of the contract.
Okay.
Last item I have for, that I need approval is, we'd like to go out and advertise for an employee at Water and Sewer. Frank and I could work on the appropriate licenses we need, but we want to go out and advertise.
Would you put that in the form of motion?
Put that in the form of a motion, yes.
For Joni first,
Second.
S. Rodeo second. Discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Mayor, that's all I have, resolutions. The only other items, the turf field is well underway now at Boyer. They had a very nice groundbreaking there on Saturday, and lagoon and trenches are a couple of feet short. We're doing well out there. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you
Mayor.
very much for your report. Chief, would you like to give us a little police report?
Good evening again. First off, we're currently still underway with a text drive you pay. That initiative is still going on. Our agency received $7,000 in enforcement grant from the state, and so we will be wrapping that up on April 30th. Right around the corner, starting May 22nd, we will be eligible for a Click It or Ticket grant to help to keep our community roadways safe. As Councilman Oliva said, that our traffic influx starts to peak as everyone comes out for spring and starts to enjoy themselves, so we want to make sure that people are driving safe through the community. A reminder that as well, driving safe, having safe passengers. We do have 4 child safety seat technicians that are certified and trained through the state, that at any point you would like to have your vehicle's car seat inspected, to make sure that it meets the safety criteria, that it is properly installed, just call 561-4000. Forgot the 609. We have to dial all those extra numbers now. So 609-561-4000. Make sure that one of the technicians is on duty, and you can come right to Town Hall. They will check out your seat, make sure that everything is good and safe with that seat, or make recommendations if it needs to be replaced. As well as that, we have also, as April is Autism Month, and we had Alex Mann come and visit us last month. He's a nice gentleman that is autistic, and helped to educate our officers on dealing with autistic individuals. Our Atlantic County Chiefs Association is starting a blue letter project that any adults that have autism or other similarly situated behavioral concepts, they are going to be issued out an envelope which, one, explains what the police officers are going to do on a motor vehicle stop, which helps to ease some of the nervousness that happens and could cause a negative interaction between autistic individuals and the police. But there's also information on that envelope to remind officers that the behavior of the driver of the vehicle may be a health condition and not necessarily them being non-compliant or not wanting to cooperate with law enforcement. So our Atlantic County Chiefs Association, we funded the envelopes which are distributed to each of the police agencies in Atlantic County, and that's one thing that we've got going on. And also we have the third annual Shawnee Shoe Hands 5K and Fun Walk, Hero Walk, that is going to be going on this coming Sunday the 30th. You can sign up for that ahead of time at www.tntmanagement.com, or you can sign up on site at the Hammonton Lake Park in person. Sign-ups open up at 9:30, and the 5K and Fun Walk will start promptly at 10:30 a.m. So if you haven't had a chance, and even if you don't want to walk or you don't want to come out and do the run, it's a great way to make a donation for a great cause. The money that we raise for this goes to Camp Sun and Fun, that's hosted by the ARC. It is a safe place for young individuals with autism to go and safely have fun and play. There's also one-on-one services to help them out. We do have a few officers in our department that have autistic children, and that's one of the reasons why it's near and dear to us. Other than that, as Councilman Olivo pointed out, there's a lot of construction going on in the town of Hammonton, and just a reminder, as he said about the roadways when they are under construction, there's ample warning ahead of time. We ask that people slow down during the construction sites for two reasons. One, it makes it safer for you to be able to act and react to something going on. But two, a lot of the roadways are either, if they're being milled, the traction on that roadway is not the same as if it is a paved roadway, and your stopping distance is going to increase. And I would rather you take the time and effort to slow down and make sure that you're safe than to have to investigate a serious accident or someone losing their life. With that would conclude everything that I have for the month. And again, happy Mother's Day for all those in May.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
All right, Mr. Herman, the engineer's report, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor. First thing on the report pertains to the Route 54 water main project. We've been coordinating with the homeowners and the property owners along 54. We were notified that since we're moving the main out of the roadway into like grass areas, and we're going to be doing some land disturbance, we have to go through the process of the Pinelands Conservation District's, the Pinelands Commission's application process. So we prepared a proposal to prepare these applications for both the Pinelands and for the Cape Atlantic Soil Conservation District. The fee for that would be $4,000. That would include the permits, applications, public notices, all the mailings we need to do to get that done. So I request that for your consideration.
Can we get a motion for council as read, please?
Motion, Mayor.
For Joni first.
Second.
Second rodeo, S rodeo. Discussion on the motion.
So the goal here is to get through Pinelands and soil conservation, hopefully this year, so we get this construction going, cleaning up all these easements. I just want to stress to everyone, if you receive a letter regarding an easement, please reach out to either Mr. Batiste or ARH so we can get these things squared away for you. What we don't want to do is do this construction project where we have to put a temporary water line above ground to feed you. That'll be a disaster. and we also want to make sure the construction goes ahead of the 2024 Route 54 project. So if you receive something, please call so we can get this squared away. Thank you.
Okay. We have a first and a second. Additional discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fajoni?
Yes.
Gribbin?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
And Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried. Let the record show that I'll be abstaining and pushing back from the conversation on number 2.
So thank you. So number 2 is related to the KMD construction development, the Main Estates subdivision on what's Dogwood Lane off of Main Road in Pleasant Mills. They requested a release of their performance bond. The last time we reduced the bond was back in April of 2009. The town currently holds a bond in the amount of $501,567. All the improvements have been installed, and we were requested to review that. We did a site visit and confirmed the improvements were installed as per plan. I did contact Councilman Oliva regarding the Quality of Life Committee, the final walkthrough. While we haven't been able to connect, that'll be done very soon, I would imagine. But that being said, we recommend release of the performance bond contingent upon the final walkthrough with the Quality of Life Committee and the recommendation.
Can I get a motion from council?
I'll make that motion, and just as our engineer said, that while him and I haven't caught up to drive it together, I have driven it after our discussion to review his comments, and I agree, so I make that motion.
Second.
Oliva first, Fajoni second. Discussion? Roll call.
Councilperson Fajoni?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Gribbin?
Yes. Motion carried.
Thank you. That's my report for tonight.
Thank you very much. We'll jump over to Mr. Malinsky and the solicitor's report.
I have several action items this evening. The first under my report is Resolution 63-2023 regarding the Joint Municipal Court. This is a resolution of the Town of Hammonton providing for and permitting both Hamilton Township in Atlantic County and the City of Northfield to join the Joint Municipal Court of the Town of Hammonton. Just to give council a little bit of background on this resolution, subsequent to the last council meeting, there were meetings with representatives from Northfield and Hamilton Township. On April 3rd, 2023, Hamilton Township adopted resolution number 2023-185, which provided for and permitted Hamilton Township to join the Joint Municipal Court of the Town of Hammonton. They also passed on April 3rd, 2023, a separate resolution to withdraw from the Central Municipal Court of Atlantic County. On April 18, 2023, the City of Northfield adopted resolution number 103-2023, which provided for and permitted the City of Northfield to join the Hammonton Joint Municipal Court. At that same meeting, they passed another resolution, again, withdrawing from the Central Municipal Court of Atlantic County. This is the Town of Hammonton's resolution approving both Hamilton Township and the City of Northfield to join. This, the execution and the joinder of these municipalities is pending and subject to the adoption of ordinance number 9-2023, which will be in my report later for introduction.
Can we get a motion for as read, please?
So moved.
Second.
Gribbin, Oliva. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fajoni?
Yes.
Gribbin?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried.
Next action item is introduction of ordinance number 9-2023. This is an ordinance of the Town of Hammonton establishing a single joint municipal court with Hamilton Township, Atlantic County, and the City of Northfield, and amending Chapter 14, Article 1 of the General Ordinances of the Town of Hammonton.
So moved.
Real quick, this ordinance, just so we're all clear, is, and it's clear on the record, Hamilton Township and Northfield, when they will not become members until January 1st of 2024. They are obligated under their agreement with the Central Municipal Court to stay with the Central Municipal Court until December 31st of 2023 and comply with any financial obligations they may have to the Central Municipal Court until the end of 2023. Additionally, Once this ordinance is passed, the approval for both Northfield and Mays Landing to join the Hamilton Joint Municipal Court. The ordinances, the resolutions of all the municipalities will be sent to Judge Blee, who's the assignment judge of our vicinage, of Vicinage 1, and subject to his approval.
Motion, please. Gribbin first.
Motion, yes.
Oliva second. Discussion on the motion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Yes.
Gribbin?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried.
So assuming everything goes well, our joint municipal court, hopefully starting January 1st, 2024, will now consist of Hamilton Township, Northfield, Mullica Township, Folsom, Buena Vista Township, Egg Harbor City, and the Town of Hammonton. 7 municipalities.
Thank you, Michael. Great job.
The next action item I have was a request from Chief McCree, our fire chief. It's the introduction of ordinance number 10-2023, which is an ordinance to amend Chapter 25, Articles 1 and 2 of the General Ordinances of the Town of Hammonton. The only thing this ordinance does is, for operational purposes, the chief requested that we expand the fire department from 1 chief and 1 assistant chief to having a chief, a first assistant chief, and a second assistant chief. So we're adding 1 assistant chief now to our fire department as an official position. So that's the only thing this ordinance does, and it's the only change it makes to Chapter 25.
Motion from council, please.
I'll make that motion.
R. Rodeo.
Second.
Gribbin. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Yes.
Gribbin?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried.
That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Michael.
It was a
Great
good
report.
month.
It was a good month. All right, under the mayor's report, the only thing I want to add is there's been some confusion as to council, mayor and council's direction that they're trying to push 11th Street or sell it to low-cost housing projects. All mayor and council is doing is their due diligence. It's a piece of town-owned property. We have to find out if there's any people, any parties that are interested in it, and then it'll be up to mayor and council to make a decision if they want to sell it, who they want to sell it to, and when they want to sell it. Am I correct?
Correct. And for what purpose and what type of project, if any?
Exactly. So we have not made a decision. We are just fact-finding at this time. Simply fact-finding. We may do nothing. We may do something. I cannot tell you definitively yes or no right now. I know where I personally stand, but everybody has to have their opinion heard up here. So I don't want anybody, any entity, whether it's from up here or the press, putting words and spinning a story or trying to stir the pot, so to speak, to sell their wares. We have not made a decision. We are not doing anything at this time. I want to make that crystal clear to the town of Hammonton. So if you have a question, call me anytime, 609-517-6324. I'll give you the straight answer. I'll give you the straight answer. Don't listen to the spin that somebody wants to give you to sell their wares. All right?
Thank you for bringing that up.
I'm sorry, there's someone in the audience that wanted to speak, if that's
Please,
okay.
come on
She
up.
comes up now.
Please, while we're on it. Yeah, this week.
All right.
It's okay.
That's wonderful. We want you here.
Susan Piccioni Cruz. I live at 232 South Washington, and I've been following very closely because I'm concerned about what's going to go up there. And I've heard the last 2 proposals, and my one word that I want to sum it up in is traffic. Like, to have the last gentleman that were here to talk about that monstrosity that they wanted to build with 156 apartments and 300 parking spots, that's like a throughway. And I just want to let you know that that's my feeling. It has to be something small. We want to keep Hammonton, not Haddonfield, and not Marlton. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on it. And, you know, I live right there, so. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much. And please, come to every meeting. Your opinion is very important to us. Thank you for your time.
And Mayor, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
the 2 proposals that we heard were not solicited proposals. They were 2 companies who saw that we had entered into possibly redeveloping that lot, and they said they wanted to just, hey, this is what we envision it could be, but it wasn't something we actively solicited. So we're just listening to all options. But I know you've been here a lot, and I certainly appreciate that. So thank you.
All right. Okay, with that, we'll jump over to the Public Works Manager report. Mr. Fattis.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple different items. One, just an update on the tennis/pickleball courts at the Hammonton Middle School. We did have change order number 1, which was approved, I guess, last meeting associated with the fence work. Rather than leaving the old posts in there, it was approved to do all new replacement of posts. We have 2 other change orders for council's consideration tonight. One, actually, we authorized the contractor to proceed in order to keep the project going, but the specifications originally called for milling 4 inches of material off the existing courts. When we did that, we were assuming that the material underneath it would still look pretty good, but when they did the milling, you could still see evidence of the existing cracks that were in the existing surface of that particular court. And talking to the contractor and a couple other people, probably the best way to remedy that is to mill everything up, form a uniform base, get rid of the cracks that are there so we would have less potential for those cracks to reflect through. So we're asking for council's consideration to approve change order number 2 to complete that milling operation, which has been completed in the amount of about $10,000.
Okay. Could I get a motion from council for the $10,000 to remove all the pavement and all those cracks?
So moved.
Gribbon first.
Second.
Second, R. Rodeo.
And the town's portion is 10, or it's 10 total, it's 5 and 5?
5 and 5.
Right, we had talked to the school on that, and they had said that, yeah, that's reasonable associated with that.
Okay.
The second,
Okay,
Do
we have a,
both
Do you want to do both together?
want to do them both together? Okay, go ahead. You want to do them both together? Go ahead. Read the second one, and then we'll adjust the motions.
okay. The change order number 3 would be associated with, once we milled everything out of that particular area, normally when you build a new court, there's usually 3 inches of stab base put down and then 2 inches of top. The original specs that were drafted up was 2 inches of base and 2 inches of top because we thought we might be able to use the existing base material that was there, or the existing pavement. There'll still be something left. There's nothing left now, so we're seeking a change order to increase the base sub-base, or the base course, from 2 inches to 2.5 inches thick. At least it gives us another 2.5 inch, and possibly we might be able to get 2 3/4 inches, but we'll have to finalize that. But we're seeking approval of an amount of $20,000 to complete that.
Okay. Will you amend, Deputy Mayor Groom, will you amend your first?
Yes.
S. Rodeo, will you amend your second?
Right, and the school has coincided with this also,
I
correct?
talked to Barbara Friedman today.
Right.
She was going to run it by a couple of the individuals at the school and get back to me, so you could make it subject to confirmation of that.
I'll amend my motion to make it subject to school board approval.
S.
Second.
Rodeo?
Yep.
Okay.
So we have $30,000 in change order cost, which would be theoretically split
For change order
15,000.
2 and 3. There was a change order. I don't know what that dollar amount was for change order.
11,500 was the first one.
5?
11,500.
11.5.
The first one was
Change
for
order
11,500, and then these 2 are for 30.
And this will be 15 to the town and 15 to the school.
Correct.
This 30.
And the 11,500 is also split. That's the total. It's split between us and
Got it.
Additional discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Virgioni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried.
Thank you. Related to the Lakeview Gardens project, there was 7 wells that are from individuals that had agreed to, for the town to complete testing on their individual wells. Some were a second round of tests for, I think it was 2 individuals. Those 2 individuals came back positive, so they're going to apply to SPIL fund for some funding assistance. The other 5, there was some that came back also above the limits, and we're still going through those with Anthony DeChico, so we'll update council on that. We did get some other people that called in of interest, and so what we'll do is put together a list of the remaining amounts of people that might be contacted by ARH, just to check that. And also, some of the certified letters came back undeliverable, so we'll give them that list also.
In the interim, we talked about it on Thursday at Public Works. While we're trying to get the balance of the testers close to the finish of the test we can, we've asked ARH to give us a price for a design to install a water line throughout that portion of Lakeview Gardens.
Yeah, and I'll give ARH that list of roadways that were considered in that particular project.
Thank you.
The Historical Society building improvements, we did receive price quotes on that. Basically, they're above the price quote limit, so we'll probably have to go back, throw them out, bid it, and then set up some funding for that. We also contacted Triad, and he's also checking into if there might be some funding out there that would help defray that costs.
Okay.
So we're recommending at this time, to throw out the bids and possibly rebid that project.
Actually, they were just quotes, so we're going to go out to bid, just so
Okay.
we word that correctly.
Yeah, we were
All right.
close to the bid threshold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the next item we have is the Atlantic County Recreation and Open Space Funding. And talking with the county and reviewing the regulations for the applications, there's a number of items that required be put forth in the application process itself that could be reimbursable. One is a survey related to in accordance with the Green Acres requirements. Then there's an environmental report that's got to be put forth, and then also a sketch that has to be prepared for what the intended use might be for a couple of the parcels. And then lastly, a cost from this certified appraisal to do the appraisals on those particular lots. And also we need a certification letter from the property owners agreeing to allow the consultants to go on the property to gather what information they need. So we're getting that information together, and we'll update council next meeting on that.
Do we have did we reach out to all the property owners and
No,
see if we
I
have?
had to get that, yeah.
Okay, you're going to see if we have willing sellers? Thank you.
Yeah, there's actually a certification or an agreement that has to be signed, so we'll send that typical agreement and then see where they stand.
Thank you.
The last item we have is related to the public works schedule for the month of May. Basically, for bulky waste, it's the first full week of the month, which would be the 1st through the 5th, and then brush pickup would be the second full week, which would be the 8th through the 12th of May. Also, for the county recycling, that's the first full week of the month, which would be the 1st through the 5th, and then you skip a week, and then it would be the third full week, which would be the 15th through the 19th. That's all we have.
Thank you very much, Mr. Batiste. We'll jump over to the clerk/administrator report. Mr. Zuber, bring us home.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Under the clerk's report, we have 2 items. Number 1 is accept the retirement of Lewis Marshall from his active role and accept Justin Day as a regular member of Fire Company Number 2. And this was approved at Fire Company meeting held on April 12th. Number 2, approve hiring of television personality/meteorologist per the RFQ received per RFQs received on April 11th, contingent upon agreement of contract to run from May 1st, 2023 to December 31st of 2023, and mayor to sign on behalf of the town. There is no increase in the contract. It's $1,250 a month. It'd be a total of $10,000 for the year. Approval is read.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Griffin first.
Second, Mayor.
Oliva second. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Yes.
Gribbin?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato.
Yes, motion carried.
Approval of bill list?
So moved.
Gribbin first.
Second.
Oliva second. Discussion on anything? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Yes.
Gribbin?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato.
Yes, motion carried.
Resolution 57, we'll take this up separately. It's a conflict liquor license for the DiDonato's Bowling Center.
I'll accept the motion for Resolution 57.
I'll make that motion.
Oliva first.
Second.
S. Rodeo second. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Gribbin?
Yes. Motion carried.
Resolution 58, authorize National Night Out. Resolution 59, setting salaries for police chief and captain. Resolution 60, authorize green market at Third Thursday. Resolution 61, approve application for EPA grant. Resolution 62, declaring Arbor Day. Approval as read.
Motion from council, please.
Motion, Mayor.
R. Rodeo, or excuse me, S. Rodeo.
Second, Mayor.
Fagioni second. Discussion on any of these resolutions? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Yes.
Gribbin?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. I jumped the gun there. but-
You're just as confused as me.
And Mayor DiDonato.
Yes, motion carried.
And that concludes my report. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you very much. With that, second of two opportunities for the public to be heard. Step up to the mic. Seeing nobody from the public, we'll close that public portion. I believe we have to go in closed session for a couple minutes.
We do.
Go ahead.
I just want to say one thing. I know with May coming up, we will have Memorial Day, the end of May. And I received a message from David Collafranson, who's the commander of the American Legion Post 186 here in Hammonton, to inform me that the new names to our war plaques in Veterans Memorial Park will be added in the next few weeks. It's hopeful that they will be completed in advance of our Memorial Day services. And so I know we're all looking forward to that. And I know the members of our Tri-Vets of Hammonton are particularly excited for that. They take great pride, and I know that they, as we do, in Veterans Memorial Park. And so I'm happy to hear that that will be done in the next few weeks. And so he asked that I update council and the town with that information. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Gribbin. Is there anything else before we go and close? We will be coming back into open. I don't believe any action will be taken, but
Just
we will come back and open to close the meeting out.
Just one
Yes.
more item for Main Street and for downtown between now and next month. Downtown Hammonton's flower planting that they always need volunteers for is May 13th. That is a Saturday. They're always, it's always a really nice event. We typically get some pretty good volunteers, but they always need some extra volunteers for that. So to the extent that anyone in the public is available and willing to help, always a nice day to be out and about. So thank you very much for considering.
Anybody else like to be heard before we, can I get a motion to go in closed session?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Oliva first, Gribbin second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're now in closed session. Thank you all, and we'll come back out in a minute. Thank you. All right, Hammonton, we're back. We're back with you. We have one thing to do. Wait for the, here comes the camera. We're back live. All right, I would like to accept a motion from council to go out to advertise for a new position. Somebody to, that has some turf experience, right, Frank? Would that be the criteria?
Correct.
They would have to have turf experience. Basically, what we're doing, Hammonton, is we're trying to put together a crew, a department to improve the playability of our parks and recs and improve the condition of them.
And the
At this time, we want to see, we're in need of improvement. So we want to improve the turf, we want to improve the playability for the kids and the grandkids, we want to improve the cleanliness of the bathrooms, we want to improve the playground, everything. Improve, put a little more polish on our parks and recs. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And the parks around the town also.
And
Town
parks.
Hall, Key Club, Veterans Park, Maz, Front Street, every park we have around the town also.
And Mayor, when you refer to the word turf, in this instance, it's actually grass.
Yes.
I'm sorry, yes. I'm sorry, grass.
Grass.
Okay. Let's get a motion, we'll discussion work. Can I get a motion from council for this new position?
I'll make that motion,
Advertise.
Mayor.
I'll
S.
second.
Rodeo.
Second.
For Joni, second. Okay. We're going to advertise for the position, we'll interview. And like I say, the goal is to get somebody to improve the grass turf at the fields. And, all right?
All right.
We currently have an outside contractor who's doing it, and we just want to, at this time, we're checking all our options.
This department will be there 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, taking care of wherever it needs to be taken care of on that given day or time. Whether it's from mowing the lawn, putting out new, just fertilizing. Just one quick example, in front of the nets at the soccer fields, it's dirt, it's not grass. It needs to become grass again. And that can happen. From what I'm being told, that can happen by a professional.
Right.
That does that in their business.
So we have a first and a second. We don't need a roll call, it's only advertising. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. With that, is there anything else for the good of the order? I accept the motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Scriven first,
Second?
second, R. Rodeo, all in favor?
Aye.
Good night, Hammonton. Happy Mother's Day, moms.